All right, all right. Welcome to another episode, Derek Muhammad Show. I'm Derek Muhammad. Look, let me tell y'all something right now. We get ready to have fun. This is what I call Friday Night Funk House. I got Mackinazz Magilla from Feva In Da Funkhouse in the digital building. Now, if y'all don't know who he is, let me explain who he is. He's the West. His group is the West Coast Roots. They putting down for the underground, for the independent artists. They got flavor for day. I'm talking about the real funk, that West Coast sound. They're equivalent to the Roots. So when y'all vibe them, I want y'all all to make sure y'all support independent music, support their music. And on top of that, I got the renowned film director, one of my good friends, Nick Glazier, who's in the building. We're gonna show a little clip of their video, unarmed, about the state of affairs of the community. And Nick Glazier is the director of the video. Plus, Nick got movies popping right now. He's gonna talk about where y'all can visit, see his movies, and what he got in the plans. So look, before I go, I want to give a shout out to make sure everybody go to subscribe to my YouTube page, The Derek Muhammad Show. Subscribe, hit like, share. But right now we on Facebook and we get ready to have Friday Night Funk Fest in the building. Let me bring on Mackinazz Magilla. Welcome to the Derek Muhammad Show.
What's up, D? How you doing, brother?
Bro, man, it's all good, man. We building up in here, man. Knowledge, wisdom, culture, understanding, and refinement, bro. So, you been good?
I've been good, man. It's good to be here on a Friday, funking out with you, brother. You know?
Look, let's see where you at. You out on the West Coast. You out on the West Coast because you still got the sun out right now, huh?
Yeah, man. It's not, we got about another hour of sunlight out here, man.
Nice,
yeah,
man.
Y'all in the deep of the night on your side of the town, huh?
Yeah, man. Shoot, man. The wolves is coming out right now, vampires and everything. Yeah.
Hey,
so, man. Karen White said yes. Peace, family.
What's up, Karen? How you doing? Good, sister. All blessings, all love and respect.
Karen is a good, a loyal supporter of the show. She know what I'm talking about. So look, let's talk about who you are and what you're doing with Feva In Da Funkhouse, bro.
Yeah, man. So I'm, I guess they would call me the lead MC of Feva In Da Funkhouse. I'm also one of the chief writers and conceptualizers of the band, but we're an all live hip hop band. We call it soul hop. So it's all live soul hop band. There's 8 of us. We have 3 MCs. We have 1 vocalist, Classic Chris Jones. The 3 MCs are IF and Exclusive and myself. And then we have the musicians. We have Malcolm 2001 on the bass. We have Maurice Anthony Singleton on the guitar. We have Wes Marsh on the sprinkle boards. We have Garrett Perkins on the keyboards and saxophone. And then we have Sean Pocket Funk Evans on the drums. He is actually our original drummer. We and as we go through the story of Feva In Da Funkhouse, I'll tell you, because our drummer situation has been the most interesting part of the band. But all together, we make up Feva In Da Funkhouse, and then we work with vocalists like Ida Divine out of Brooklyn. We've worked with Carla Fleming. We've worked with Jamel Johnson. I've worked with Joe Levy. But we've just really been spreading our wings around Sacramento, and we've been blessed enough to travel outside of Sacramento and rock in the Bay and rock in LA and rock in Atlanta and open for some beautiful people like Kendrick the Family Soul and Guapale and Dwele, and just really having a great time with the music and really trying to bring a different vibe and energy around what we call hip hop music by infusing the soul, things just organically from who we are as individuals. So,
man, the beautiful part is y'all play real music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got real musicians in the band. Now,
Yeah.
tell me, okay, so how long have you guys been together? And give us some of the projects that you for the people to go check out, download, support, and where they can find it before we get into
Yeah.
some
So
other.
we have
And before you
right now
start
we
that,
have
Mac,
yeah.
Mac,
What's
explain
that?
to what is soul hop, bro. Explain that, break that down, drop that
Yeah,
science.
man. So soul hop is hip hop with melodic phrasings. So it has the street edge of hip hop with the boom bap, but it has the melodic phrasings of soul music, and it's really an amalgamation of all black music coming from the soul. Because everything that we do, we've never been about covers and doing other people's music. We've never tried to imitate someone else's sound. Everything that we've done has come from our collective soul as a band. And
Wow.
so soul hop is just a manifestation of that. It's all of the energy of black music that comes from our soul that we manifest in the groove and in the funk and in hip hop, R&B, jazz, reggae, you name it. We're going to touch everything that black people have contributed to this planet as it relates to music, and we're going to put it with a strong hip hop edge.
Man, that's a beautiful
Soul hop.
thing. That you know
And
what's
when
so
you,
beautiful because y'all created that whole genre. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I
we
ain't
created
never
the
heard it
genre,
before.
yeah.
That's
Right,
dope.
yeah. That's an interesting story, man. We actually coined the phrase soul hop in Atlanta. We came down to Terry Bello, brother Terry Bello, fellow Morehouse brother, used to have this thing called the International Soul Music Summit. And he invited us to come down. And International Soul Music Summit was primarily independent soul music artists, a lot of neo soul artists. So people like Avery Sunshine and the like, they would come down, and there's this big conference, like a 3 or 4 day conference with live performances, workshops, and everything. And so Brother Terry Bello invited us to come down and perform. And at the time, we were only calling ourselves a hip hop band. But we had all these elements. And in order for us to fit in the International Soul Music Summit, we wanted to add that other layer so that people could see that we were just more than hip hop. And so we coined the phrase soul hop. And that's our first introduction, was when we performed at the International Soul Music Summit in Atlanta at the Yin Yang.
Wow,
So,
word, man. And
yeah.
how long y'all guys been rocking out together, man?
Man, we've been together for about 15 years now, man. And we've kind of come full circle.
That's a teenage son right there.
Hey, yeah, man, it really is. My actually, my oldest son, my youngest son, was in the womb when we got together, and now he's a sophomore in high school. So
Word. Word.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
so how did that all happen? How did y'all form, the band, and how did it all come together? The origin of the band.
yeah. So it came about. I've been involved with hip hop my whole life. I mean, I think anybody in the United States, there hasn't been a day that hip hop hasn't existed since the 70s, right? And so I always wanted to be a part of the hip hop community and make a contribution. And so I used to MC, and kind of cut my teeth just as an MC. And but I wanted to do more. And so heavily inspired by the Roots, I really felt like if we were going to enter the game, or if I was going to enter the game and really make an honest contribution, it needed to be done on a level that kind of set us apart. And at the time, the Roots were really the only live hip hop band out there. I mean, to this day, there isn't
Right.
a recognized live hip hop band other than the Roots. And so we took that formula, and we are from the West Coast, so our sound is going to reflect where we're from. And we took that flavor, and we opened a recording studio called Star City Records. And we recorded our first project, which is called the Cloud9 Lounge. And that one is not on like the social media platforms. It's actually only on CD, because it was that long ago that we recorded it. And when it came time for us to start performing the music that we presented on the Cloud9 Lounge project, we were like, we just didn't want to get up there, you know, with 2 turntables and a microphone. We really wanted to give the music a whole nother level of depth. And so we formed a band, and I coined the phrase "Feva In Da Funkhouse." And the reason why we called it "Feva In Da Funkhouse" is because, you know, for those of you that shoot dice, play dominoes, you know, Feva In Da Funkhouse is all about hitting a lick in the game. And so we came into this to hit a musical lick in this hip hop music game, and ain't nobody funky like us. So we coined the phrase "Feva In Da Funkhouse," and it just stuck. And we have this whole environment that we call catching the fever. And for anybody who's come and seen us play live and seen us get open, you don't leave without catching the fever. That's just what we do. That's what we bring to the table.
You know what I got? I'm gonna tell you what I did before y'all came on the show. I went on Spotify and I download Feva In Da Funkhouse, right? So before we even go further, I want to rock this groove, "Shine." Is that all right with you?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Rock that.
That's off
I'm gonna rock this groove.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah. Go. Now that's off the Soul Hop Lounge Analog Diaries, man. Yeah, so that's featuring classic Chris Jones and yeah, that's the fever right there, man.
Okay, I'm gonna play this real quick. Then we're gonna bring Nick in shortly.
Cool.
Word up. Okay, yeah, I wanted to, you know what? Before I said I was gonna play this music, I messed around, didn't bring my speaker, so that's the best I could do right now. But anyway, it's all good. Okay, so check this out. Anthony A.K. King said, "Peace." He sent some love to y'all, man. Okay, before I bring Nick on, I want to ask you, what's your opinion of the state of music right now, man? The music industry relating to.
So, you know, man, I used to have like a really negative outlook on the state of where the music is right now. But, you know, I have younger sons, and they kind of put things into perspective for me. So, you know, I really try not to be critical of young people who have found a way to express themselves and their talent in a way that that points the direction in the music game. And I do understand that the system that controls the music game is greatly responsible for how we're fed in the mainstream. And so a lot of the things that we talk about right now, and a lot of the, you know, the drug use and the disrespect of women and all of those kinds of things. One, it's always been in hip hop in different forms, but we can clearly see that systemically, our children are being fed a certain kind of hip hop that's not really reflective of the full balance of what hip hop is. And so if you're not looking for good music, you're not going to find it. If you rely on what the mainstream puts out there, you're going to feel like it's a lot of crap out there. But really, man, there's a lot of great Black music out there, man. And we're not always fed the best of what's out there. Occasionally you have people who break through. But and so I'm not overly critical of the music because I understand what the system is doing to the music. And that happened when we
so what you're saying is great music, but it's being buried by gatekeepers that want to keep the garbage at the top of the heap.
Right. And that's because we've given away the culture, right? We don't own our music. So like right now, we have to turn our music over to platforms that are not a reflection of who we are. We don't own radio stations. The only Black-owned digital distribution platform is Tidal, right? But the majority of the artists who have put music out there, they put it out there on platforms like Spotify and SoundCloud and Google Music and and all these other platforms, and they don't necessarily have the interest of our community at there. It's all about making money, which is what the music industry has always done to Black music. It's always exploited the talent, exploited our pain, exploited our struggle, and benefited and not left us with nothing. And I just feel like we went through this phase where we were so ashamed of hip hop that we gave the culture away. And we seem to do that with our music whenever we create cultural revolutions like hip hop. We did it with jazz. We've given jazz away. We've done it with all these rich cultural art forms that we have created. We give it away, and then we allow other people to dictate and point in the direction what they think that the music should be doing. So now you can see Ronald McDonald rapping because we've given the culture over to corporate America, and they exploit our music and they exploit our culture that way. You'll see Walmart commercials with rap music. You'll see all of these corporate entities that have no vested interest in our community controlling what we're hearing and what we're consuming. And until we, stick to our guns and remain independent and own everything that we put out there, this is going to be our narrative. But we have to change that, man. The independents have to rise up, and we have to get back control of our narrative, and we have to own these media outlets. We have to own radio stations. We have to own outlets like the Derek Muhammad Show. We have to own our own platforms where we distribute our music so that we don't have to complain about how much of the negativity and the things are coming out there. You know what I mean? I'm not one to do a lot of complaining about it because I do know that there are a lot of very talented young people making some really good music. And rather than complain about the ones that are not, I'd rather us focus on the ones that are and really give them an opportunity to get out there and push something out into the mainstream. And that's all Feva In Da Funkhouse does, man. If it's not original, if it didn't come from our soul, we're not putting it out there. And
man, and that's the reason why y'all organic. That's the reason why the music hits your soul. It speaks to your frequency and the vibration, and it's all for the culture, man. I love it, bro. Yeah. Hey, I want to bring Nick Leisure in. Nick Leisure is a film director. Quality film director. I mean, he put it out. He's a beast, man. And let's bring Nick in real quick. Let's add Nick. Nick Leisure, welcome to the Derek Muhammad Show. How you doing, bro?
Good. How you guys doing?
Hey, look, I don't even want to just tell my listening audience who you are and some of the films that you've done, because I'm a big fan of your work, man. So drop some signs on us.
I'm just here to support Mac and his whole journey with the music. The film, the last film I did was a clear shot. I've been in the game over 20 years now. doing everything from live concerts, music videos, feature films, commercials, stuff like that. So yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what's
But
up.
this dude,
So
I'm gonna
y'all,
tell you, this dude right here is smart. You know why? Because we worked together like years ago on
Man.
a documentary and a music video for Carla Fleming. It's called Weapons Down, right?
Yeah.
Weapons
Yeah.
Down. And it got a bunch of publicity everywhere. I mean, Crocker Art Museums, all these different places wanted to play it everywhere. It was all over the place. And we met back then. I think like shortly after that, I was still doing some music videos, was doing some stuff for After Seven and Babyface and them. And Matt came to me and was like, we always been cool ever since then, even before then. And he came to me and was like, man, I need you to do a music video for me, right? So I'm like, all right, cool, let's do it. So this fool comes and has lunch with me, and he's like, bam, here's the money, like music video. I'm gonna pay you your full price, everything, bam, right? I'm like, all right, cool. So like a year goes by, like 2 years go by. I'm like, is this dude ever gonna do a music video? You know what I'm saying? So meanwhile, my career started taking off, like really taking off, like from the music video careers to like film. So I'm in like a different country shooting feature films and shit now. Then he's like, I'm ready to do that music video.
hey, they call
I had
that.
to
They call
let
that
it
dude.
all.
That's,
I have to let it all come together, man. I have to let it all come
yeah,
together.
yeah. They do the same thing on Wall Street when they call it do. You know, a note being called do. That's what's up, man. So look, explain to us about your new video. I don't have the full video. We're gonna show the clip, but explain to us where it came from, the idea where it came from, and how you all, put it together.
Yeah, so musically, the original music idea came from our bass player, Malcolm 2001. We were just a lot of times when we're coming up with music, we'll just be fucking around in the studio, and somebody will say, "Hey man, I got this groove," and they started playing this groove, man, and we caught the fever. And so whenever that happens, we'll play a groove for like 20, 30 minutes straight, man. We won't stop. We'll just be in it. And then in that time, I'll start to pick songs that I've written and see which one's best fit, or we'll freestyle a joint. But in this particular case, I had written a song. I was deeply affected by the assassination of Philando Castile in Minneapolis. And this
Oh,
precedes George
you broke
Floyd, right?
you broke up for me.
Yeah.
Say that again.
I was deeply hurt by the assassination of Philando Castile in Minneapolis, Minnesota, some years back. And I watched that day live, right? I had no, if you would have told me that they were going to get away with that and that things were not going to go up and how blatantly that man was assassinated, I would have never believed it, but it happened. And so I penned something in my response to that, because in all of these instances of unarmed Black men, women, and children, they've been unarmed, and they didn't mean these officers any harm. They did not pose a threat. It's not a situation where they were behaving in a way that was threatening to officers. So over the past few years, it's just happened time and time again. Then it happened with Stephon Clark here in Sacramento. So things started to hit home. And when Raj came up with the groove that day and the rest of the bands kicked in and started playing with the melodies, it just was a natural thing for me to put that song over that, because I just really felt like it was time for us to really meet this moment. And I'm a firm believer that artists are supposed to meet this moment. Like you have brothers who are politicians and they got to lobby and they got to do politics. You got brothers who are lawyers, they have to push that agenda. You have doctors, they have to heal. You have teachers, they have to educate. Artists have to create art. And so when that song came together, it was just a magical moment where we all came together as a band. The song that I wrote went right along with it perfectly. And then we brought all of our pieces in and everybody contributed. So the MCs, Exclusive and Infinity, they just did dope ass verses on there. Classic came in and just put the vocals on there and just made it all special. And we knew that we had something when we finished recording that song. We were like, this is going to be something special when people get a chance to experience it. And so when I contacted Nick, it was because, all these things were happening. And it was in one of those many times when me and Nick would go and have lunch. And we've had experiences, and, in those moments. And it just felt right. So when I was like, hey, man, I'm ready to do the video, I mean, he was ready too, you're talking about, we probably went 3 or 4 years from the time that I paid him to do the video to an accelerated 4 or 5 weeks. And we were filming and shooting the video, and we were getting it ready for consumption. So it's just the spirit moved us, and all of those things have been playing out in the media and in the street and with the people. And it just feels different this time. And I just believe that every piece of art that real artists are going to create, they better say something about this moment. It better be documented, and we better remember it. Because if you don't remember things, you won't ever try and change it.
Real talk, man. That's real talk. I got O'Brien, the legendary singer, crooner O'Brien in the building. He said, "What's up to both of you guys?"
Hey, what's up, O'Brien?
What's up,
Hey, they will tell you that I'm notorious for singing I'm freaky. I'm notorious for singing I'm freaky in the motherfucking rehearsals, man. That's my motherfucking joint. What's up, O'Brien?
You hear that, OB? That's a motherfucking joint.
I am notorious for singing that motherfucker, man.
I hear that. So look, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and play this the clip I got for Unarmed, and it's a short clip, so don't get mad at me, y'all. But where they can go see it at, and where can they cop the CD?
Yeah, you can go on YouTube.
Download. Okay.
You can go to YouTube, and you can go to Let the Dollar Circulate. Subscribe to Let the Dollar Circulate on YouTube, and you can also go to www.thesoulhoplounge.com, and you can download the song. You can also see the video there, and just become a part of the movement. And we just encourage people to share it. You can also go on my Facebook page, and I'm Mackinazz Magilla on Facebook, and also on Instagram. And you can go on that. You can go on my Facebook page, and it's posted right there on my page, and you can watch the whole video in its entirety.
Word. Okay, let me bring this
We
up.
also have a Feva In Da Funkhouse Facebook page. It's posted there. You can go and like Feva In Da Funkhouse on Facebook, and check the video out there. Check the video out there as well.
Great. Okay, hold on one second. Let me bring this up.
Yeah, hey, while you're doing that, man, I was going to tell a story about you played Shine earlier from the Soul Hop Lounge album. Our first single off there was a song called Yes, really popular here in Sacramento, and then another one called Up, Up and Away, featuring Janae Wallace. But what's significant about the Soul Hop Lounge Analog Diary, which is where that song came from, is we got the stamp of approval from Brother George Clinton. So George Clinton is on that album, and we had this wild story, man, where George Clinton came to our recording studio, and he recorded, and he got a chance to be exposed to our music and everything, and so there's a part on there where we recorded him saying, "Open the gates, let him out. Open the gates and let him out." And it's just one of the sound bites that we have on one of the joints on there, but we got that seal of approval from Brother George Clinton himself, and I've always been especially proud of that, because, I mean, if you're gonna talk about the funk, if Dr. Funkenstein tell you that you're funky, I mean, what the fuck else can anybody else say? You know what I mean?
Oh, you've been baptized in the funk and he
I've
played
been
with you.
baptized in the funk. We have been baptized in the funk as Feva In Da Funkhouse.
Have been baptized. Because I'm from Youngstown and I grew up. I knew Parliament songs before I knew my ABCs, bro.
Right.
That's how we get down with the P Funk.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
We get married to the P Funk. We might not stay married, but we get married to the P Funk.
Exactly. He said brides. He said brides plural of Funkenstein. He didn't say
brides
one.
Plural. That's right. Brides plural. They play that at funerals, man. They ain't playing going off the yonder. They play Make My Funk the P Funk at funerals in Youngstown.
Yes, sir.
Word.
So we serious
let
about
me go ahead. Let me bring this on, man. Hold on 1 second.
I can't breathe. My hands up.
Hold on. I don't think that's it. I think I'm off on
that's
that
it.
one. Hold on. But yeah, did you see it?
I didn't see it. But that's it.
Video. Hold on 1 second. I've been having I gotta figure this thing out. Y'all gotta pardon me. I gotta get me an engineer in here too. So work with me here. Work with me, you kind people. Let's see if we can bring this in. If not, I'm just gonna play the groove.
Yeah.
I can't breathe, my hands up, I'm unarmed, I'm underage, I never mentioned no harm, protected by a badge and uniform, you coward, up fade to the egg pace, but I'm shouting, can't breathe, my hands up, I'm unarmed, I'm underage, I never mentioned no harm, protected by a badge and uniform, you coward, up fade to the egg pace, but I'm shouting.
Hand down, man down, hand up, man down, either way you look at the situation, we lose ground.
Yeah. It's it's a powerful song, brother.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do when I add that to my YouTube channel, I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna put the link in my Facebook so people can go vibe off of it, and also put in where they can buy your music and support your movement.
Yes.
Nick, so tell us, man, about Clear Shot and the other projects you shot. You're supposed to have 5 movies done, but COVID put you in the suspended animation like myself.
COVID knocked us back down to 2 movies, 2.5 movies. So, but what I was going to say with this video too, what he didn't mention when we were actually shooting this video, this was during the whole time when everybody was rioting and protesting and all this type of stuff, and the army had came in and shut down like downtown Sacramento. Yeah. So we had like a location. A friend of mine in Old Sac, literally shooting his music video on the roof of this building while we're looking at like the army in the streets.
Yeah.
You know
Coast Guard.
Wow. Yeah. So you mean to tell me the army is in the street on damn near martial law, right? Yeah. And y'all making a music video.
Yeah, they stand there with guns and everything. Cops blocking up all the streets, army blocking up the streets. We got there like way earlier because we had to shoot all day, obviously, but we shot part of it inside the building and part of it on the roof. We got on the roof, there was like nobody out in the streets except for the army. So we're sitting there literally like, it's quiet because the army is out there and the cops are out there and we're bumping the music from this rooftop in Old Sacramento.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So crazy.
That's what they call epic. That's epic, man. Huh? I would have been like
that's
that.
Also that,
go ahead.
That's that guerrilla film grind, brother.
Word up, that's the guerrilla film. I was gonna say that, like, you know, I mean, you keep that camera rolling like Coppola. Keep that camera rolling. We gonna catch something, man. That's so dope. So, okay, the unarmed. You got you shot the video. What y'all looking to do next with this movement, man? And before I got listening audience, I want to introduce y'all to my guest. I got Mackinazz Magilla in the building, and film director who shot the video for Feva In Da Funkhouse, Nick Leisure. So go ahead and tell me what y'all plan on doing.
Well, you know, I also want Nick, man, you got to tell him about these things that you got coming, man. I feel blessed when I get a chance to talk to this brother because he's always working, man. This is one of the hardest working people that I know, man.
I'm working right now. I'm writing the script at the same time while I'm like talking to y'all. I'm
Oh,
not
you a
even,
bad man.
I'm seriously not enjoying. But no, like I was, like you said, I was supposed to shoot like four to five films this year, and we got through two and a half. So Clear Shot came out. It released last month. It's on all streaming platforms except Netflix. Netflix will be in about another month. Right now, it's in all the WalMarts and everything too on DVD. If people still got DVD players, but Amazon Prime, iTunes, Vudu, all the different streaming platforms. It's on there. So, and it's been
Tell us
getting
about
good.
Clear Shot. 'Cause that's a hell of a story, that Clear Shot. Tell us real quick
So
about it.
Clear Shot was like inspired by the 1991 Good Guys hostage situation, which is still the biggest hostage situation in U.S. history. And I just happened to be a pre-teenage kid in junior high school at the time, over there watching this unfold, because this happened by the Florin Mall in Sacramento, and friends and I saw it on television. Said, hey man, that's like 2 blocks down the street. We should go over and check it out. It was like an 8-hour standoff. And that was just something that like always stuck in my head over the years as I became a filmmaker, and said one day I'll probably turn that into a film. So it was the right timing for it. And ironically, it was like I ended up shooting that whole film that takes place in Sacramento in Mexico, because we had so many issues with the last film commissioner in Sacramento. And there were so many roadblocks to us like shooting a film like that. Like this, the true story of what really happened, like the Sacramento PD and Sheriff's Department really screwed up. And people died because of that. So like they weren't too happy that I was going to make this film as well. So I was trying to make it, long story short, we went to Mexico. We built Sacramento in Mexico. I did a partnership with Fox Baja Studios down there, where James Cameron built it for Titanic originally. They still do Fear the Walking Dead and a bunch of different Netflix series and stuff like that there. So I did, I told them let's build Sacramento. So they built streets, they brought out like cop cars. They built all the Sac PD uniforms, all that type of stuff. And we just recreated Sacramento in Baja, Mexico. And what's nuts is like this film that I'm working on now, up until the point that we stopped because of COVID, was written in Mexico with my writer and I, based on a true story in Mexico, and we're shooting this one in Sacramento. So it's kind of
Wow, the irony of that. And you got Mario Van Peebles in this movie, right? Mario Van Peebles is.
Yeah, so Mario Van Peebles was my lead in this movie. His son Mandela Van Peebles from Jigsaw and Roots and stuff like that was in the film. I mean, I've had like David Fernandez, Jess Meza, so many people in this movie. Glenn Plummer, OG Bobby Johnson, that's the homie. He was actually in the movie I did right after that, called One and the Same too. I produced the second movie. I had Glenn in that one as well, and Glenn's actually in the third movie that we just started right before this whole pandemic happened. So, yeah, it was crazy. We did a premiere in Sacramento, IMAX, sold out, and then we kind of rolled the dice when we did a premiere at the Chinese Man's Theater in Hollywood. And I'm sorry, we did like the main theater, the big theater, not one of the little side theater. We did the big theater, and we got in the day before Will Smith was doing Gemini Man, and we sold out the theater. It was crazy, like to see just people show up.
Yeah. Oh wow! Congrats on that. So look, all right, we got Feva In Da Funkhouse. We got Nick Glazier here on the Derek Muhammad Show. Make sure y'all go to my YouTube channel, subscribe. The Derek Muhammad Show on YouTube. Subscribe, hit likes. Before I let you guys go, y'all got anything y'all want to, plug, share, words of wisdom? Because what I love about this is that we're all independent and we build and we collaborating with each other, man. Because sometimes people, like, I got people, oh man, I'm going to try to work with Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry ain't checking for you. You're in a long line. Work with somebody on your level and build yourself up. That's my word of advice. Anybody want to contribute to that?
For us, man, we have a project that is connected to this release of Unarmed called The Brotherhood, and it is the final recordings of our drummer. We had a drummer that was in the band named Oh High Life, or Otis Jackson. He passed a couple of years ago while we were recording this project. And so the Brotherhood EP is those final recordings that we did with him, and Unarmed is one of those songs that came out of those recording sessions. And then my bandmates just dropped projects. So you have Exclusive, who just dropped a project called The Color of Fear, and you have INF, who just dropped a project called Wait. And then you have Garrett Perkins, who dropped a jazz project called Konjo, dope project. You have the Bap Notes, who dropped a project called Share. And I have the solo project that I dropped called Philosophical Star Child. And me and Garrett dropped a project called Purple Herbs and Incantations just a little while ago. So in about 6 or 7 weeks, we're going to drop that Brotherhood EP. And we're just going to keep on putting this high quality art into the mainstream until it sticks, you know, and every time we do shows like this, we gain 1 or 2 fans, and we're just going to keep on doing the grassroots, man. I'm in it for the long haul. So we're just going to keep on giving it to the culture, man. That's what we're going to do. So,
that's what's up.
And I encourage any independent artist out there. My words of wisdom is don't sell out. Don't sell out your passion. Don't sell out your soul. Don't sell your soul, man. Keep plugging and doing what you believe in. And if it's meant, it'll happen for you. But ultimately, you have to do everything because you love it. And I love making music. I love rocking with Feva In Da Funkhouse. I love contributing to the soul hop movement. And I just encourage all independent artists, no matter what your medium, to stick to what's in your soul and make their soul hop every time.
Man, that's what's up. How about you, Nick? You got anything you want to add to that?
Man, I'll say the same thing. It's just keep plugging at it. You know, with me, everybody I think is in the same boat right now with this COVID thing. We're trying to stay safe, stay home, stay out of the public as much as possible. I just got a call earlier today from my man Brian Morgan. So I'm flying down to LA on Monday for a pretty big project that has to do with Netflix as well. So it's gonna be the first time I actually kind of took off. You know, I've been pretty cooped up in here trying to keep creative and doing things and stuff like that. Other than Mac's music video, you know, I've been pretty much at home. So there's a lot of good things coming up, and hopefully we'll be able to get back on set here soon.
Right. I know for me, I took this time and I just got busy creatively, man. I got quiet. I knew I wasn't go nowhere. So, you know, I ended up finishing the book. I released the book. I got several scripts. I got a new position with a distribution company. I started 2 podcasts, man. So I learned how to cut my own damn hair, even though I need a cut right now. You know what I mean? The landscape grew apart. So the key thing for artists, and I was telling somebody on my other show, I think control freaks are losing their mind because they don't have the freedom. But if you're just cool and you know how to use your time and build up whatever you're looking to do, you can find solace in this moment. Because we all speak in COVID, regardless of what.
Right now, you should be learning as much as you can. I mean, the tool right now for even with me, I'm learning stuff like I'm still a student in film school. I'm watching stuff on Masterclass from other directors, Spike Lee, all these different people. And even if I do things differently as a director, I still appreciate the way that they look at things and how they build scripts and stories and things like that. So I would say, take this time to really learn your craft. And networking right now is crazy. You know what I mean? Like there's people, social media right now that I'm friends with that are, celebrities or artists or things like that, I'd never be able to get a hold of unless I called them directly on their phone. Now they're damn near live every single night.
Right. Right. Live for free. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. You just got to create. If you're creative, you got to constantly create, because if you don't, you will lose your mind. You will beat your wife, or your wife gonna beat you. You know, right?
Yeah.
So look, before y'all go, I want to play this other track, man. Red Eye Flight. What's your feelings about that, Mac?
Oh man, ain't nothing like being on the red eye flight, and that's metaphorically and you know in real deal. You know what I mean? So that's a joint that again, one of those organic joints that we put together. I'm a huge Erykah Badu fan, and so I just really try to channel her and that Prince energy from International Lover on that joint, and you know, it's one of my favorites. One of my
That's all
favorites.
right. He ain't telling you.
And yeah, it's the other thing too, man. It's the red eye flight, brother. It's the cannabis, brother. It's the cannabis, brother. Yeah,
Word.
most definitely.
Word. Okay. Look, my friend Pinky, Pinky, who I grew up with, she said you just gained a fan, so she feeling you. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and rock this
Appreciate
before
that.
I let you guys go, man. We have a fun Friday night funk house on the Derek Muhammad Show with Mackinazz Magilla and Nick Leisure. Let me play Red Eye Flight. If I didn't play it already.
Mm.
Here we go. I gotta get my sound going.
Yeah. That was one of those nights, brother.
It's one of them nights.
That
Look,
was one of them nights, brother.
I came on midway through because I think I hit it while I was talking and it was on low. But nevertheless, that's what we gonna do. We still getting this show. We still getting this show together. Look, man, I really thank you guys for taking y'all time to come on the Derek Muhammad Show on a Friday night with a Friday Night Funk House, man. I really appreciate you. Give us y'all handles so where the people can follow y'all on social media and contribute to your products.
Yeah, you can go to Feva In Da Funkhouse, the artist page on Facebook. You can also request Mackinazz Magilla on Facebook and on Instagram. And you can go to Let the Dollar Circulate on YouTube and be exposed to all of our music, all of our projects on all digital platforms. So if you search Feva In Da Funkhouse, you're going to find Hip Hop Nationalism, The Manifesto, Soul Hop Lounge, Analog Diaries, and a host of just good music that we put out there and support.
How about you, Nick?
Man, how do you remember all that? I keep it simple. Mine is just at Nick Leisure, like Instagram, Facebook, everything at Nick Leisure. Leisure Films is my film company that's out there too. But you know, if you just go to at Nick Leisure on IG, Facebook, you can connect to everything else too.
Hey, O'Brien said, great conversation and music tonight, gentlemen. Respect.
Respect, brother. Yeah.
Right. Okay, and I'm Derek Muhammad. You can follow me on Instagram at Derek M. And make sure you subscribe, share, hit like on my YouTube channel, The Derek Muhammad Show. Man, I thank my guests, Mackinazz Magilla, Nick Leisure, for coming on my show tonight. We want you to wish you all the best and continued success for the culture, baby. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding for the culture, man. All right? And until next time, may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows and be extra good to yourself. And we out. Have a safe, pleasant weekend and wash your hands.